Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Tether. So we have been long suspected using Tether to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, and also the whales control 80% of the global Tether supply. And also, I will touch on Bitcoin as well, just in case you're new to the channel, just to remind everybody that you can earn EOS, Stellar Lumen, DAI token in Coinbase. You can check it out. Also, Ontology, they give out ONG token to people who join the Ontology Telegram group. If you're interested, you can check it out as well. And before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop or token swap. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And so basically, we are not surprised. And basically, 80% of the supply is in a handful of the people of Tether. So according to the metrics, 318 addresses own 80% of the current total supply of the Tether stablecoin. And this address own at least 1 million in Tether. And also, of course, the major exchange like Binance, Bittrex also among the Tether whales. So they are also Tether whales as well for Binance and Bittrex. I'm not surprised as well because I've been talking about that in my previous video a few times. You can see the top 10 trading. Everything is Tether, and Binance, Wahoo, L-Bank, everything is Tether. And nothing in USD, not top 10 in terms of top 10. And of course, 24 is Coinbase. You're using USD, and you can have Upbit in Korea using the Korean won. So I think this is more healthy. If this Korean won or the USD on the top 10 is more healthy, then everything is Tether. So you can see maybe the big players manipulating the price of Bitcoin, and all the trading activities are in Tether. I'm a little bit suspicious at the very beginning, but it's up to the whale how they play the game, basically. So basically, we talk about the major exchange like Binance and Bittrex. They are the Tether whales, and of course, they account for a significant portion of the cryptocurrency trade among different platforms in the market. And also, another major high volume crypto traders in China, other players in China as well. I'm not surprised because of the currency war and trade war right now, and the devaluation of the Chinese yuan. And a lot of people, probably well-off people, they want to exit out of the yuan, the Chinese yuan, into cryptocurrency because of the devaluation of the Chinese yuan. And there's a lot of instability and also the trade war as well. And they fight for safety. I'm not surprised. And also, Chinese yuan is not easily exchangeable in the international market. So I think they probably buy some Tether, and then after they get the Tether, they change it to the Bitcoin, and then after they change the Bitcoin, they can always change to the USD easily. So I'm not surprised at all. China also are major players. They buy tons of Tether, and they're talking about Chinese traders are reportedly buying between 10 million and 30 million worth of Tether on a daily basis. I think everybody want their money out, I guess. They don't want the devaluation of their own currency, the Chinese yuan, and I'm not surprised at all. The whales owning significant portion of the total crypto supply, and the thing is, Tether is a very centralized. This is centralization. The fundamentals of blockchain technology is to decentralize the power back to the people from institution control. It seems like Tether defeating the whole purposes. It's only Tether is controlled by a handful of whales, basically. And also the whale wallet, for example, only 20% of the total BTC supply. And of course, Bitcoin manipulation using Tether is not the day one. Whenever there's a printing of Tether, the price of Bitcoin will pump. For the last several months is like that. Whenever there's a printing of Tether, then the price of the Bitcoin will pump as well. So the centralized concentration of Tether suggests control of Tether in the hands of a few central players. They can swing the price of Bitcoin And of course, they have a vested interest in doing that. And also, many exchange players have a vested interest in keeping the Tether game going on. Of course, if I'm the owner of the exchange, I want the price of Bitcoin to be keep going up and up, and at some point they will dump the market and all that. So it's up to them how they want to play the game actually. And of course, if you still remember the Binance, I think they also printing tons of Tether as well previously. And don't forget, Binance and Tether, they are investigated by New York Attorney General. But the court case is postponed. For now, we'll see how it goes. And the next stop, let's talk about. Oh yeah, this is an interesting tweet from Mr. Anderson. He talked about Bitcoin investment plan for non-traders. So a lot of people, like majority of the people, they are not trader. They are just like they have a daytime job. They don't have time. They are not a professional trader. They don't do trading as a living. So he's basically say use throw away money. Let's say 1% of your monthly income. Buy the BTC with fiat with that money on the first of each month. Worst case is you put 1% towards a volatile asset that didn't plan out, and there's no harm, right? 1% of your monthly income. So best case, you name your child after me. That is interesting. And he also did a poll. Right now saying that people. This is like doing a poll, like BTC less than 9,100 will be 41%, BTC greater than over 13,000, 13,900, so it will be 59%. So I think Bitcoin always surprise us. Maybe will be the opposite. So whenever people go into one direction, it will probably go to the opposite direction. But I don't know. I could be wrong too. Let me know what you think about this poll. Do you think we are going to almost 14,000 or we are going back to 9,000? Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. And let's talk about Bitcoin briefly. So this is from the Northman Trader, and back in May, when Bitcoin was trading below 8,000, he made a call saying that it will go to about 11,000 by the end of August. And of course, Bitcoin go higher than that. It go almost 13,000 in June, and it is also faster than his timeline. And also right now, of course, after 13,000, it go all the way back down to around like 9,000 something, retrace back. And right now, and then we go back up to around almost 12,000, 11,000, about a little bit above 11,000 right now, almost 12,000. And this is based on the 618 FIB level. The 13300 area is based on the 618 level. And he also talked about the gold. Back in May, he talked about when gold was up at around below 1,300, he already talked about the target will be about 1,500. So is exactly what happened. Gold has been going up and up because of the trade war, uncertainty, and also of the rewinding. They stopped the rewinding of the QE. Actually, they want to keep the QE party keep going on, and they cut the interest rate. So not only US cut the interest rate, Australia, New Zealand cut the interest rate, and of course ECB keep QE. And in terms of China, they devaluate their currency because of the anticipated trade war, and all this uncertainty make the case for gold. Gold has been going up and up. And what about Bitcoin? He talked about that there's a blue flat forming right now. So this is the blue flat right now. This is a blue flat right now. So and if the blue flat is for if the blue flat let's see, if the blue flat has trigger, then the next target will be the 7x6 level, which is about 16,000. If it goes through, if it breaks through that 7x6, then the next targets will be 1.618 FIB level, which is about 30,000. So this is based on the Fibonacci level. So on each level, if they break through a certain point, then it will go to 16,000. The next level is 30,000, not 13,000. So So he's also talked about people are skeptical about using those technical analysis in cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is like much faster in terms of velocity is much faster than traditional market. But so far, I think you can still use technical analysis. But another thing is, technical analysis is you can use it to a certain extent, because the whale can always manipulate the market. They can look at the TA, and then they can make sure that they go through the 786 if that's what they want, or they will make sure that it doesn't go through the 618. It's up to the whale how they want to play the game, because they can manipulate the chart as well. And of course, because of the uncertainty of the general global market right now, the trade war, the currency war, the devaluation of the Chinese yuan, and lots of all the country are cutting interest rate. They anticipate that there will be a global slowdown and all that. And all this, people fight for safety. They go to Bitcoin or go to gold and silver. And I talked about silver a long time ago, probably since last year, when silver probably, I can't remember, maybe $14, $15. Right now, almost 17. I mean, there's only a few bucks. So in terms of the gold and silver ratio, right now is, I think, 60-1. It can go lower. So I think silver has more potential than gold, but I could be wrong as well. In terms of, at this time right now, I would rather, I mean, not a financial advice, I would rather buy silver at around 15 bucks or whatever, 16 bucks, rather than buying Bitcoin at 11,000. But I could be wrong as well. So you never know. So I look at technical analysis. I look at those indicators before I get into a trade or exit out a trade. So just don't base on all this in emotion. But I've been talking about the gold and silver ratio since last year. Has been the ratio can be go lower. That means the potential of silver is more than gold. So. And he talked about the ECB is booking crack. Yeah, of course. Just like the US dollar, they are like the US economy is like on morphine for the last 10 years. And look at the DAX and all that. The central bank is losing control, and because of the negative rates and all that. And of course, people, whenever the public go to fight for safety for the commodity, and they are not very happy to go to 1500. They always want to keep printing and printing and printing, and to control the market. And they try to suppress the price of gold and silver for a very long time, and using the future contracts. I talked about that in my previous video as well, using the future contract to suppress the price of commodity, gold and silver, uranium. And of course, with the introduction of the future contract, Bitcoin future contract in December 2017, the price of Bitcoin has been go downhill. So this is also another way to control Bitcoin as well. Let me know what you think about the direction of Bitcoin. I would love to hear from you. Also, what do you think the price of silver and gold? Do you think it will go higher? And in terms of the whale, do you think the whales using Tether to manipulate the price of Bitcoin? I would love to hear from you. Please comment below. And that will help my ranking in YouTube. I will continue to provide a quality video for you guys. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And if you like my video, smash the like, subscribe, share with your friends. And also you can follow me on Twitter as well. Remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency has inherent risk, or commodity has risk too. Please use your due diligence.